All right. We are back at the Grit Won't Quit podcast studio in wonderful Belmar, New Jersey, and we have two very special guests on today. On to my left, we have Cindy. To my right, we have Chelsea. These are two women that probably control about 95% of my life, if you were wondering. But they also are very involved in the Wingman Foundation. And the Wingman Foundation is an effort to help less fortunate in Monmouth and Ocean County, primarily with collecting food and toys. And so I will turn it over to Cindy, who's the executive director. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thanks for having us.
First time.
First time, long time, yeah.
Long time listener, right?
Yeah, long time listener.
Yep. You get stuck because I like to listen to the podcast, and well, you get stuck listening.
I get to listen to podcasts too.
All right. So you started the Wingman Foundation, and myself and Chelsea are on the board as well as two others. But really, you're really the kind of one doing the day-to-day operations of the foundation.
Yes. So Wingman Foundation, in much the same way that Wingman Planning helps small businesses grow and thrive, Wingman Foundation helps small businesses help their communities grow and thrive. So we know I'm married to a small business owner.
Yep.
I was a
He's a pretty cool guy too.
He is a pretty cool guy, I agree. I was a solopreneur for probably about 15 years. So I know that one thing that most small businesses do not have is time. Time to volunteer, time to organize drives, things like that. And they may or may not have money to write checks. But what they do usually have are clients, customers, employees who also want to help. And so we have a really unique business model. We put bins in business locations throughout Monmouth and Ocean counties, and we collect food all year round. We do a big drive at Thanksgiving, which Chelsea should talk about because she was in on that from the very beginning, and we also do a toy drive at the holidays.
Awesome. And how many businesses are we working with now?
There are about 25 on the current roster. Most of them collect food all year round. Most of them also collect toys during November and December.
And Chelsea, let's talk about like when we first started.
Yeah, we had 2 turkeys in the old conference room.
And we thought we killed it.
Yeah, and probably like 30 cans of food.
Yeah,
it wasn't
we
a
thought
lot.
we murdered it. We were high-fiving like we won the Heisman that day.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like what it's come to now, it's just... and again, it shows everything takes time. You can't it's not like you just do it overnight and there's, all these families being helped. But that first year, you and I, 2 turkeys, 30 items. I remember we were all dressed up and we went to the food bank and we thought we were all that and a bag of chips. And meanwhile, it was a very small donation. They were very nice to us because we were so excited. But, this past year, what did we give out? About 450?
We did about 450 food bags with families, right, of bags of food for Thanksgiving with a protein gift card so they can get a turkey or whatever else they wanted to supplement the meal with protein.
And my feeling is when you look at a family, I think about a family as 6 to 8 people, excluding Chelsea's family, where there's 40 people at Thanksgiving. Most families are 6 to 8 people. So like if you round that, if you take 450 and you say times 7, it's roughly 3,000 individual people that we help during that holiday season. And when you think about that in Monmouth and Ocean County, it's sad to me that so close to where I live, we all live and work, that there's so many people in need, but the truth of the matter is they are. The need is there. We're not even scratching the surface in my mind in the need. I think there's a lot more need. I think there's a lot more people that could use our help, and I'd love to get more people involved. And that's ultimately why I had Dina reach out. Dina runs our podcast, and say to you guys to come on in, because I think that as we get closer to the holiday season, I want to get more people involved, more business owners. To your point, Chelsea and I work with hundreds of businesses, and if we could get 10% more than last year, well, what does that do to our numbers? If we can raise that 450, 10%, well, now you're at 500 just about.
Absolutely.
So, how does 500 then turn into 750 into 1,000 in 2, 3, 5 years from now?
Agree.
And my feeling is, and you both have heard it, is I can't fix the world, but if I can fix what's in Monmouth County or even smaller in Brick, or that's actually Ocean, but in one area, that's where my impact is. I cannot fix everything at a macro level. I'm a local guy level. So I want to figure out how we can work with more people and more get more donations so that we can continue this at a very grassroots level and then see it expand as it.
So the big key for that, I think, for us is, at least for food, is to encourage more businesses to host a bin at their location. It's very simple. All we really ask is that you just host the bin. The more you talk about it with your clients and your customers and your employees, or the more you mention it, promote it on social media, which we do as well, the more likely people are to donate. We have several businesses in the area that donate every single month a full bin full of food. And the bin's about, yay high and probably about 24 inches in diameter. They'll fit in most shops in the corner. And if you don't have clients and customers that come in, but you have a mid-sized business that has employees, it's a way for your employees to donate as well.
When you talk about the employees, two things always come to my mind. Professional Therapy Associates, run by Arlene Schwartz and Randy Buca. They are awesome. Shout out to both of them. They've both been podcast
They do an excellent job.
guests, but they do competitions. And Randy, creates all these games and contests to get people to bring food, toys in.
Yep.
And I know last year Wingman sent them a pizza party to all the locations, and I'd be happy to send pizza parties all day, every day to them because they really just do the right thing. Also, Chelsea came up with at Wingman a few years back. What if we did something where if the employees bring in 25 cans of food or a turkey or 10 or 15 toys, that she would allow them to get a day off to be used in the first quarter at Wingman in the following year, so that, again, it was an easy way to collect
Encourage.
a few hundred gifts.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, we have 20 employees.
Yeah.
And if everybody brought in those 25 cans of food, there's 500 cans of food to this drive.
Exactly.
If you do it with the 10 toys, there's 200 toys that we don't have to get. And now let people know how many toys we collect in an average year.
Oh, well, it does vary a little bit. Last year we did almost 7,000 toys. We're targeting 10,000 this year, which might be a stretch, but I think we can do it.
And then you guys wonder why I have gray hair. It's not even my job, and I'm now collecting toys.
And the toy collection is really fun.
Yes.
We started that years ago. We have individual businesses that collect and donate toys. We've got friends and family and neighbors who collect and donate toys. And then we also take the Shubu trolleys out with Santa twice during December and collect toys at larger businesses that are willing to make a commitment to collect, 25 or so toys.
Yeah, and it's great to see how much the community is involved on those days. People look forward to it. You even see people coming over, helping us bring the toys on the trolley. A lot of the police are involved in that, so it's great to see all around the community come together on that day,
It is
especially.
really fun. And little kids come out of the house and run and they want to
Yeah, we have to be careful. Santa
Yes.
keeps his hat and everything
Yes.
on.
It's a good thing we have a better Santa than me, as much as I might fit the part by the looks. There is a guy who is much better at it, and I'm glad that he's our Santa.
You were a good Santa.
So,
You were a good Santa, too.
so what is the ask? What do we want people that are watching this, that live in Monmouth and Ocean, own businesses or don't own businesses? What is it that we want from them to help us grow the Wingman Foundation?
Okay, so we do have an existing list of, again, about 25 businesses that collect, and it's posted on our website, wingmanfoundationnj.org, so you can see it there. We have it sorted there by town. There's probably 8 or 10 towns in Ocean and Monmouth that have businesses that collect, so you can see the list there, and visit them. If you frequent them, bring food when you stop by and drop off food. If you don't frequent them, maybe think about the fact that they're in the community and they are helping, and you might want to start frequenting them. If you are a business and you're willing to host a bin, we would love it. You can collect food all year round. You can collect toys at the holidays. You can do both. We have a bin wrap that has 2 sides to it, so we just rotate it around during Christmas in July and during December so that it's on the toy side. The rest of the year we rotate it around to the food side, and we don't care if we get food and toys in the same bin.
Yep.
We're going to go through everything by hand anyway. So that's something people can do. They can always send toys to Wingman.
Yep, in the Manasquan location. We ask all toys go to our Manasquan location, 2677 NJ70, Manasquan. If you need information, reach out to any of the 3 of us, and we can get you the exact, how to send it. People, I know Mike Greco's brother is always great for sending Amazon toys. Matt, my cousin Matt, always sends Amazon toys. People that are not local. So it's not like you have to be dropping them off in one of our locations.
You could also mail it.
And then also anybody that wants to write a check and let our secret Santas go out and shop for them, we can do that too. You
Absolutely.
guys have
We
done.
love to go shopping. We do it most of December.
You know,
We
just
learn
make
what the
make
kids
sure
like every year.
make sure the receipts come from Five Below and not Tiffany or Gucci or anybody else.
course.
But
course.
yeah, that would just be better
Yeah.
for everybody.
And I think the best organic growth for us is from more businesses hosting bins, because those are year-round and that helps a lot. We should mention too that we are a partnership with the Brick Morning Rotary, who actually started the food program probably a decade ago at this point.
They were doing food at the supermarkets. They saw us do the Thanksgiving drive. Rich Lau, Howard Schwartz, Charlie Bacon, Arlene Schwartz came over one day and sat with Chelsea and myself and said, how do we make this work? And the Shore Movement was born. And they've been a great partner with us to making sure that they have guys on the street collecting bins, you know, to help us bringing food over. And then monthly, you know, on average, right, we do a donation between the Shore Movement and Wingman Foundation to a nonprofit who is in need of food. And you know, it's unfortunate, but it's, you know, last month you gave out about 550 pounds.
531 pounds to the MSA Food Warriors, which supports the active families on Joint Base.
Which is crazy that guys that are fighting for the country, you know,
Have food
And that-
insecurity.
have food insecurities. You know, I heard a commercial the other day coming home from work. I was listening to one of the New York radio stations, and they said 1 in 5 kids in the boroughs of New York. Now that's the 5 boroughs. There's a lot of wealth there, but there's also a lot of low income there. 1 in 5 children in the boroughs of New York have food insecurities. So that's 20% of the children
really high.
of children in the boroughs, which is really scary. Like, and out here in Monmouth County, the last I saw it was about 11, right?
It's slightly lower, but it's probably just below 15, 12 to 14 maybe. Right
So,
now.
I mean, that's scary to think that when you walk in a crowd of one in every 10 or 1.2 of every 10,
There's someone
that's in,
Yeah.
you know, food insecure. And when you walk around and, you know, I was at Belmar, San Gennaro this weekend, you walk around and you see 100 people, like, that means
There's people
there's
there.
12
Yeah.
people that are food insecure on average when you think about something like that. So it's not just, you know, people have stereotypes of food insecurity, and I don't think that they're right. And I think people have to have an open view to that, because a couple bad things that don't go your way can put you in that situation. Also, you know, I think right now we're in a very hard job market. I see it just from, you know, Dina told me the other day, as well as other people have told me about, you know, looking for jobs. And I think with AI around the corner and companies hiring less, like, this is going to be a thing that is going to be here, not, you know, it's not going away. And
happening more often.
it's going to happen more often. And I think that, you know, I think that the divides are getting greater, which this isn't a political discussion. This is my Grit Won't Quit podcast. But I think that that's something we have to think about when thinking about donating food or some toys to make every family that much better off at the holidays.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What else do we want to talk about today? Did we hit all the things you guys had on your list? I think that everybody really should know about Wingman Foundation. I think was a great idea, great coming to being of multiple people, and I think that everybody that's gotten behind it has done such a great job with it.
Yeah, we've gotten amazing support from the community.
Oh, 100%.
So you mentioned, you know, one business, we could mention a ton.
Oh.
One kind of business that does really well is our local banks. We love our local banks. And we have 2 branches at each of, I think, Manasquan, Provident, and Ocean First,
And
which
then
do
also
amazing on
M&T
food collection.
was in the it was in the
toy drive.
in the toy drive, and I know that their managers have been over a couple times to talk to me about
Yep.
some additional stuff they want to do. So
Yep.
you know, the local banks are great, and you know, the local banks, you know, think about who goes in and makes deposits. Usually it's an older demographic. An older demographic is also big on donations. So it's kind of a kind of perfect mix. Like, they go into the bank because they have the time, whereas everybody else is taking pictures or sending
Using
a
a
Venmo or a
digital.
Zelle. But I'm still a old school banker. I love to go in and shoot the breeze with everybody in there. Hey, how are you? So, but I think that they're a great partnership too.
Yeah, they really are. We could spend hours just mentioning everyone that
Yep.
helps us, but we get a lot of help. And again, if you've got clients, if you've got customers, if you've got employees, and you're willing to collect, just give me a shout. You can reach me through the website, wingmanfoundationnj.org. There's a contact form there, or just email me, cindy@wingmanfoundation.org, and we'll get in touch with you and get you a bin.
Perfect. And Andrew will put that all in the notes. And anybody that knows me and wants more information, I can validate. I stand behind the Wingman Foundation. And I think the beautiful thing about the Wingman Foundation is that at this point in time, 100% of our donations go out the door. We take zero management fee. Thankfully, Cindy does not, give us a bill every month, and the rest of the work is provided through the help of Wingman Planning. And as long as we can do that, we will do that, and hope to give 100% every dollar back out into the community and not have any overhead. A lot of nonprofits, as they get bigger and as they scale, 10 to 20%, right, on average, comes out, so they're only giving 80 cents back to their organization. For right now, we're at 100%, and we hope to keep it there.
And I even think any support from a business, if you can't have a bin or drop off, just sharing this video or telling everyone about the Wingman Foundation and what we do also goes a long way, and we appreciate it.
Jenna from our
great
team
point,
is shaking her head and says, share, like, comment. That all helps the social media algorithm. But, as we come into the holiday season, we'll be posting a lot of where we're going to be, what we're looking for, where we have gaps, so that hopefully people could step up and, just help us out and get through another great holiday season.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for all your support.
Thank you for having
Yes.
us.
As we wrap up, say it one more time. Where can people find the Wingman Foundation?
Our website is wingmanfoundationnj.org. On social media, we're Wingman Foundation NJ.
Awesome. Chelsea, Cindy, thanks again for coming on
Thanks
today.
for having us.
This was awesome, and I look forward to continued success.